Wasn't that a cool tournament and teams thing we did that we're totally done shooting? It's over. That happened. It was fun. But now we're past that. We're in the new area. We're in Act 4. Act 4 of Fandom Fights. Very exciting time. Here to be a Fandom Fights player. We are bringing back some rookies in this next chapter of Fandom Fights this year. We have 4 1-0 rookies. Been waiting to play. We had the tournament to do, but now we are past the tournament, and we have 2 of those 1-0 rookies going up against each other. Here today, faction mates James Puckett and Abel are going head-to-head. Both 1-0, and they may not know it yet, but they're on a path to the title right now. They can win a couple of matches. They may find themselves in a title match sooner than they expected. So both rookies, both having a great rookie year. We're going to see who can continue it today in the match. But enough from me. Let's hear what the players have to say in their promos.
Hi, I'm ready. I'm excited to play again. I know Nick said I'm a rookie, but I've been playing a lot in teams, especially. So it feels like it's been quite a year. I'm very excited. I know James is super cool dude, but I have an early flight tomorrow. It's late. I'm on the waters. This is very out of character for me. So I'm ready to just get this going, get it over with. I'm going on holiday. I'll see y'all later. Cheers.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is your co-pilot, James. I'm ready. I'm taking on some guy named Abel. Gonna see how this goes. You know what? They said this was a match for geeks, so let's nerd up.
What promos though? With the phrase "nerd up" or "shut up." Damn, am I right? That's not it. But anyway, that was close. I think we're in for a good match here. Very excited to see what these 2 players are capable of in their second match. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. Here's how round number 1 is going to work. Round number 1 is going to consist of 10 questions in the realm of Fandom Fights. Each player will have 15 seconds to write down their answer. At the end of 15 seconds, we will say pens down. They will then reveal their answer and say it aloud. Each correct answer will be worth 1 point apiece, and should any individual player get all 10 questions correct in round number 1, they would receive a bonus question. Each player will have 3 repeats, 1 challenge for the entirety of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number 1?
No, we're good. James, where do shades go, bro?
All right, your first question comes in the category of Disney live action. The question is, which Muppet is the first that Kermit, Walter, Mary, and Gary go recruit in The Muppet? I'm a big fan of this one. Myself, Muppets scare me. Fright. This is in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Apple.
I don't know. This was my favorite as a kid. Gonzo?
And James.
I was going to put him, but I put Fozzie.
Correct answer is Ozzy. I believe Gonzo was second. I hate them all, so it's fine. All right. So James takes the 1-0 lead as we get to the second question, which comes in the category James Bond. Question is, which James Bond film opens with the main Bond girl as a child escaping an attacker in a white mask? I hear
there's
myself.
There's some weird audio interference going on.
I hear that too.
I couldn't really make out the question.
James, can you mute yourself? Can you mute yourself while you're not answering?
Yeah. It was my oven.
Okay. I will do the question again.
Yeah, because
Yep. Which James Bond film? Oh, here, actually, I'll mute James. There we go. Which James Bond film opens with the main Bond girl as a child escaping an attacker in a white mask? All right, James, I will be in control of your mute and unmute since there's just a little bit of echo. We love technology. Answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Al. We'll go to James first.
No Time to Die.
And Abel.
I haven't seen that one yet. It said Dine of the Day.
The answer is No Time to Die. So James will take the 2-0 lead as we get to the third question, which comes in the category of Mission Impossible. The question is, what was the first Mission Impossible film to feature the character Julia? don't know any Julias. There's a movie out there called Julie and Julia. Never seen it. Don't really know what it's about. Assume there's 2 people. One of each has those names. Would it be weird? I feel like it'd be weird if that wasn't the case. 5.
You don't know what Julie and Julie is about?
3. I do not. 2. 1. Pens down. Also, James, for future reference, I have you muted, so if you need a repeat, just go like that. But we'll start with James.
Mission Impossible 3.
And Abel.
Yeah, Mission Impossible 3.
I think we can take that. If we accept just Rogue Nation and Ghost Protocol, I think we can accept it. So
That's
Mission
fine.
Impossible 3.
Yeah, you said Mission Impossible, so that's
Yeah.
fine.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, all good. So Mission Impossible 3 is correct. Abel on the board. James leads 3-1. As we get to the next question, which comes in the category of Star Wars. The question is, in A New Hope, which 2 characters disguise themselves as stormtroopers while aboard the Death Star? I want a real like stormtrooper costume. Like Barney Stinson has one. That would be my Halloween costume every year. Then I wouldn't have to worry about it.
Would you also have the terrible aim that goes with it?
5, 4. I already have that. 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Abel.
Han and Luke.
And James.
In the same order, man.
Han and Luke is correct. So James will pick up another point. Abel will pick up another point. It's 4-2. As we get to the next question, which comes in the category of Star Trek. The question is, who plays Shinzon in Star Trek Nemesis? I have a Nemesis. Maybe. I don't really know. Probably not. Time is my Nemesis. Not enough
That
time.
is deep, bro. That's
Damn right.
going to keep me up at night.
There's a Star Trek quote about time. I was going to quote about it. Now I want it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with James.
He's basically Bane before he was Bane. Tom Hardy.
And Abel.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy is correct. We are through 5. It is 5-3. As we move to the next question, which comes in the category of DreamWorks animation. The question is, in The Bad Guys, the villain known as the Crimson Paw is what type of animal? Haven't seen this one yet. Our players
Same. Me neither.
may have forgotten it was eligible. Thus is the name of the game. Get answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to Abel.
I think there's a guinea pig.
And James.
I think there's a fox in it.
There is a fox in it. A fox is the correct answer. So, James, keep him perfect through 6. As we move to the next question, which comes in the category of Disney animation. The question is, in Tangled, what is the name of the horse that Flynn Rider is constantly fighting with? This is a very good movie as far as Disney animation goes. I don't think it gets talked about enough. Sort of just forgotten. Got some of the best songs all around. Top notch. Better than Frozen. Tell you that much. Answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll go to James.
I guess Beauty.
And Abel.
I think it's Maximus.
Maximus is the correct answer. So James first miss. Abel catches up a little bit there. It is 6-4. As we get to the next question, which comes in the category of Marvel. The question is, which Marvel film features the characters Dr. Nichols, Agent Rodriguez, Martine, and Milo? I should watch The Bad Guys later. Still haven't done that. Tim says it's good. I don't believe him. He's a filthy liar.
I'll take a repeat for this question.
All right. That is Abel's first repeat. The question again. Which Marvel film features the characters Dr. Nichols, Agent Rodriguez, Martine, and Milo? Looking in that direction. Good answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Perfect. We'll start with James.
Daredevil.
And Abel.
I said New Mutants.
Both, unfortunately, incorrect. We were looking for Morbius.
Oh,
It's Morbin time. All right. Apologies. Your next question, your penultimate question, comes in the category of scores and soundtracks. The question is, who composed the score for The Hobbit, The Desolation of Smaug? I'm going to start using that as like a threat to people. They'll be like, oh, Nick, you're stupid. And I'll be like, I will desolate you. Let me know in the comments if that's a good comeback there.
if that works.
Get desolated. The Desolator.
It's reasonably
Okay.
intimidating.
5, 4, 3,
I'm getting all jittery.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Abel.
Is it just Howard Shore?
And James.
Yes, Alexander Desplat.
Answer is just Howard Shore. Howard Shore is correct. So Abel gaining again. James leads 6-5 now as we get to the final question, round number 1, which comes in the category of horror icons. The question is, in which Friday the 13th film does Jason fight a young teen with telepathic powers? Shitty bunch of movies here. For all being honest. Not like Morbius. Also, I meant to say after the promos, we don't really do the nickname thing anymore. We've kind of taken it or left it. But co-pilot? It's a pretty damn good one, if I do say so myself.
I know it's badass.
It's pretty damn good. We'll get answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with James.
Part 4.
And Abel.
I said Jason Goes to Hell.
Both, unfortunately, incorrect. We were looking for part 7, The New Blood. The New Blood. So, with that, we come to the end of round number 1. James has the lead 6 to Abel's 5. But anything can happen as we get into round number 2. Here's how round number 2 is going to work. It is the wheel round. We have a wheel with 8 fandom categories on it, as well as spinners and opponent's choice. Each player will get a spin at the wheel. If they like what they spin the first time, they can keep it. If not, they can choose to spin again. But they will be forced to keep what they spin the second time. You'll get 5 questions in the chosen category, each worth 2 points apiece, unless you'd like to check down to multiple choice, in which case they will only be worth 1. And be on the lookout as stealing is available in round number 2. And categories on the wheel today are Middle Earth, YA, Worlds of DC, Alien vs. Predator, Star Wars, Disney Live Action, Star Trek, and Planet of the Apes. So with that being said, James, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer?
I'll defer.
All right. Sounds good. So, Abel, this will be your first spin.
Hit it. You could probably tell I've not been keeping up with the release date, like the release schedule for the.
That's on Star Wars. You like to keep it or spin again?
You know what? I'll keep it.
All righty.
Let's do it.
Like a plan. So, Abel,
I've never done Star Wars before.
I'll be giving you your questions in the category of Star Wars. Are you prepared?
Let's find out.
All right, your first question. Which Star Wars film features a Sarlacc?
It's Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi.
That is correct for 2 points. And the lead. Your second question.
Just to be sure, just 6 would not have been accepted, right?
Correct. You could just say Return of the Jedi, but yeah, just 6 would be
I'm joking.
Okay. Your next question. Harrison Ford appears in how many Star Wars films?
Five
Five is correct for 2 points. Your third question. Who stops Finn from crashing into the battering ram cannon on Crate in The Last Jedi?
Rose Tico.
Rose is correct for 2 more points. Your penultimate question in Star Wars. In Attack of the Clones, what does Anakin tell Padme that he and Obi-Wan will do that Obi-Wan says is against their mandate in their first meeting with her?
I'll take a multiple choice on that one.
All right, your multiple
Sorry,
choice.
I did what is the hand gesture for multiple choice?
Yeah. Multiple
All right,
choice.
cool.
We'll figure it out. Your multiple choice options are: is it A, find who's trying to kill her; B, bring her to Tatooine; C, campaign for her; or D, kill her attacker? And James, can we just keep your hands insight there?
I'll go with A, find out who's trying to kill her.
A is correct for 1 point. And Abel, your final question. On what planet do Han, Chewie, Beckett, and Kira steal the unrefined coaxium in Solo?
On Kessel, right?
Kessel is correct for 2 more points and a clean sweep of Star Wars. So Abel gets a score up
That
to
was my first time ever doing Star Wars.
Abel gets a score up to 14 to James's 6. So we will bring back up the wheel for James's spin. James, this will be your first spin of the wheel. And it's on Spinner's Choice. You need the categories again, sir.
What's opponent's choice?
Advise against it.
Yeah.
That would be pretty badass if you, for Spinner's Choice, you pick opponent's choice.
Yeah. Let me do Star Trek.
Alrighty. Star Trek it is. James, I'll be giving you your questions in the category of Star Trek. Are you prepared? Your first question. Which Star Trek film features a starbase named Yorktown?
Star Trek Beyond.
That is correct. 2 points. Your second question. Who plays Zephram Cochrane in Star Trek First Contact? Five, 4, 3.
James Cromwell.
That is correct. For 2 points. Your third question. Who serves as Chief Medical Officer aboard the Enterprise under Kirk in Star Trek V, The Final Frontier?
McCoy.
That is correct. 2 points. James, your penultimate question. When trying to use the warp drive in Star Trek The Motion Picture, the Enterprise gets stuck in what specifically?
Multiple choice. I don't know what you're... Yeah.
All right, your multiple choice options. Is it A, a black hole, B, a temporal fold, C, a wormhole, or D, a temporal nexus?
Can I get the answers one more time?
You may. The options again are A, black hole, B, temporal fold, C, wormhole, or D, temporal nexus.
A wormhole?
Wormhole is correct for 1 point. All right, James, your final question in Star Trek. After the death of Captain Pike in Star Trek Into Darkness, what order does Marcus give to Kirk, which he ultimately does not carry out?
Can you repeat that one more time? My dogs are barking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'll give you a technical. The question again. After the death of Captain Pike in Star Trek Into Darkness, what order does Marcus give to Kirk, which he ultimately does not carry out?
He told him to go and shoot the missiles to kill what's his name on the planet, to kill John Harrison on the planet without anything else.
We're gonna accept that. That is correct for 2 points. Definitely needed more than what's his name.
What's his name? 3.
That works for 2 more points.
Or going to the planet specifically.
All good. So James regains the lead. It is 15-14. Very close game. As we move to round number 3, here's how round number 3 is going to work. It is the betting round. We have 5 more categories in the realm of fandom fights. Once I say the category, the players can bet anywhere between 0 and 2 points. If they get the question correct, they will gain those points. If they get the question incorrect, they will lose those points. We will play until someone is mathematically eliminated or we have reached the end of the match. Players, any questions as we get into round number 3?
Nope. Let's go.
All right. Then the first category you can bet points on is horror icons. We'll get bets starting with Abel.
Betting a whopping 0, since I've not seen any.
And James.
1.
All righty. Your question in horror icons. Which Nightmare on Elm Street film was the first to feature an inpatient psychiatric hospital? Answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Start with Abel.
I don't know. I said Freddy's Revenge.
And James.
I said Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2.
Both unfortunately incorrect. We were looking for a Nightmare on Elm Street 3 Dream Warriors. So James will lose 1 point, which means, and Abel bet 0, so we are at a tie game. It's 14-all. As we get to the next category for which you can bet points on is in James Bond. We'll get bets this time starting with James.
Just bet 1.
And Abel.
Same.
All right. Your question in James Bond. Who was the first person to play M in a James Bond film?
Oh,
Damn good match. Don't say too much. It's pretty good. Answers in 5, 4.
I'll take a repeat.
3. All right, that is Abel's second repeat. The question again. Who was the first person to play M in a James Bond film? Get answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with James.
This sounds like an actor that's British. Richard Albright.
It does. And Abel.
I think it was pretty apparent I did not have an answer.
Very fair. Both incorrect. We were looking for Bernard Lee.
That's him.
Bernard Lee. So we're still tied. Both players lose 1 point. It is 13-all. As we move to the third question, which comes in the category of Marvel. We'll get bets starting with Abel.
I went for a big-ass 2.
And James.
1.
All righty, your question in the category of Marvel. In Spider-Man 2, Peter is hired to attend the gala honoring John Jameson to do what? James, just raise those hands a little bit. All right, you good. Perfect. We'll get answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with Abel.
I said to take pictures.
And James.
Photograph it.
We can accept both of those answers. Both are correct. So James will gain 1 point, and Abel will take his first lead of the match and gain 2. It is now 15-14. Abel, as we get to the penultimate category, which is Mission Impossible. We'll get bets starting with James.
Bet 1.
And Abel.
Yeah, I'm not trusting my brain today, so it looks like an onion, but it's a 0.
Sounds good. All right, your question in the category of Mission Impossible. In Mission Impossible Fallout, who saves Benji from being hung by Solomon Lane? Very interesting here. No matter what, we are going to a fifth and final question.
Hell yes.
Oh, all right. James will take a repeat the question again. In Mission Impossible Fallout, who saves Benji from being hung by Solomon Lane? It's James's first repeat.
Bernard Lee. That's gonna kill me for a while.
Yeah. It's okay. I still think about what's his name? The freaking.
Well, there you go. That's probably.
I guess I don't think about that.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. I'll go to Abel, who bet 0.
I said Ilsa Faust.
And James.
Luther.
The correct answer is Ilsa Faust. So with that, James will lose 1 point. It is a 2-point game going into the final question. Abel leads 15-13. The final question will come in the category of DC. We'll get bets starting with Abel.
I said 1.
And James.
2.
All righty, here's the rub. They both hit. Abel wins. They both miss. Abel wins. James hits while Abel misses. James wins. Here's your question in the category of DC. In The Batman, a man with what government position is killed in the opening scene of the film? I've only seen this one once. It's long as hell, so I'm really reluctant to watch it again. Get answers in 5.
I'll repeat it, please.
All right, that is Abel's final repeat. The question again. In The Batman, a man with what government position is killed in the opening scene of the film?
Good game, James.
All right, we'll get answers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. We'll start with James.
Is it Mayor?
And Abel.
Whew, well, I also said Mayor.
And your winner, Abel de Leeuw. Still don't know if I'm saying that right, but
No.
Congratulations, Abel, on a very well-fought match. The correct answer was indeed Mayor, so both will get the points that they bet on that last question, making the final score 16-15, and one heck of a barn burner. 1 point separated, both of them coming out of rounds 1 and 2, and some back and forth in round 3 makes for quite a good match. So we'll start by talking with our unfortunate second-place finisher today, James. James, listen, Abel came in his first match, and he's been doing well in teams. He may have come in a favorite, but for 90% of the match, you were dominating. There was just a quick shift in round number 3 that allowed Abel to take the lead and ultimately win, but you proved yourself to be quite a competitor here. How you feeling about your performance today?
No, yeah, I feel fine. I probably should have bet 0 on one of my rounds. I bet a point at least on all of them, so that was probably dumb betting. But no, I'm not good in this, so that's why I always take a shot at it. I won my last one and I lost this one, so I'm 1-1. I'll take it.
Yeah, right. Well, I and several other people will probably beg to differ to say that you're not good at this. You've done very well so far. James, is there any? Will we see you in the future? Obviously, we'd love to have you back. Is there anyone you're hoping to play in singles, or is there possibly a teams prospect at some point in the future?
In the words of Shakira, whenever, wherever.
Very well said. Congratulations on a well-played match, sir. We'll see you next time. as we bring in our winner today, Abel. Abel, listen, James had you sweating there. You were down one in round one, down one in round two. And it took some maneuvering of round three. I think you both played round three very well, but it took a little bit of risky betting here and there to come out on top. You played a great match. You kept your head down, played very well the way you've been playing all year. How are you feeling about the performance?
Well, like I wasn't trusting my brain today. It's just fried. I just had so much else on my mind lately, you know, with big holiday coming up, very busy at work. So I know we really wanted to get this film before I left for the States. So that's what we did. And James almost had me because I wasn't at it and he was, and he did great. And I mean, I love James. James, super cool dude. We team up in a different league. I'm not sure. Our team name is not very PC, so I won't say it here.
Appreciate it.
But
I just got used to Galacti's nuts, so I appreciate it.
I know. We're P-Wagon because we're Tarantino fans. No, but yeah, no, it feels good, man. I'm glad I won. Now I can take this winning mentality to the States and see how much havoc I can wreak there.
Good stuff, man. Well, enjoy your time in the States. But once you return, you are not done this year, sir. You do have at least one more match in your future. And that match will be, I can tell you now, it'll be against the winner of two people who lost in the quarterfinals of the tournament this year. Some pretty big veterans at this point. Mark Menchaca will be playing Robert Kastner, and you, sir, will be playing the winner. So thoughts on either possible matchup?
Yeah, that's a hill to climb right there. Mark is really good. I know he's great. Played him in a wire match the other day, which was really fun. But Robert just scares the crap out of me, bro. And you know, him and we get along really well as well. But I know he won't take any sort of umbrage about beating my ass to the ground when we face. So that would be I mean, it'd be awesome to test my mettle against either one of those guys, but that's going to be a tough order.
Awesome. Well, I think you proved today it's an order you may be up for. So I look forward to that match. I look forward to that match. It's going to be a fun one. Congratulations on the win today, Abel. We'll see you next time. And thank you to James and to Abel for a very great match here today. Be sure to check out all the other matches. We're still kicking things. Things are still in full gear, even though the summer has passed. But for everyone who played today and for all of you watching, thank you for checking out this episode. And we'll see you next time with another exciting episode of Fandom Fights.
We are so glad you came. Bye-bye. 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 Bye-bye now. Bye. Bye-bye.
And again, that's the hero gig. Part of the journey is the end.
Goodbye, old friend.
Kitty has to go.